App switcher. Phone. Active. Close phone. Closing phone. Face.
All right. Now I'm going to have to get the camera right in front of my face. All right. Where is... There it is. There's the live comments. All right. See if the notification even went out. No comments yet. I can already tell that. We'll see what happens in a few minutes, I'm sure. There's definitely no comments yet, Premier. What are we doing?
Dimmed.
I have the live comments open already. We'll see what happens. Think people would be showing up already. How are you, Blind Cube? Welcome to the stream. That's right. I'm just waiting on some people to show up. I heard that. All right, if you wanted to come up for a few minutes while I'm waiting on people to show up, you could. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming. I'm doing good. Almost couldn't read what you were saying there for a second. Yeah, if you wanted to come up for a minute, you could, Blind Cube. while I'm waiting on people to show up. That's about the only 2 comments that are there at the moment. Okay, you're good now. I just couldn't tell what you were saying for a second. What happened? Let me guess, autocorrect. And that will mess up on you every time. All right, it's taken a few minutes with StreamYards. Notice where the comments are already. All right, so I definitely think Muscle Man needs to hurry. Oh, okay, Blind Cube. Heard that. I hear you. Well, that's fine. I just thought that you might have, I thought you might have wanted to come up. I wasn't sure, Blind Cube. But if you're busy working on stuff, it's fine. Did the notification even go out, Blind Cube? That's right. Like it's moving pretty slow, Premier. If you haven't done it already, turn that thumb blue and share it out. Wow. Is this even happening today? We're fixing to find out. What's up, Misty Girl? How are you?
Hey, Flo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, there we go. I'm here, I think.
How are you?
I'm doing okay, just getting the wheels going on my little shop here, and I don't want to have to do this. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! There, I
Uh-oh.
had your stream going in the background to try and get this up here. Anyway, I hope your day's going well. Just sipping some coffee and racking my brain as far as just building a good, nice, simple valve for my mask here, so I can go out, find a good, safe place to panhandle, maybe to get a
Right,
few more, a few more dollars here and there, just to grease the wheels on at least my particular projects, as far as just getting the necessary funds together to get my materials I do need for these nice disposable masks and stuff. But
right.
yeah, good to be here and good to check in with the tubes. Check in with my good buddy Flo. How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing?
Doing good.
That's good.
I've been using StreamYard some, but then I also do regular streams, so
I haven't done a StreamYard on my channel in quite a long time. It's going to be a different like beast altogether, like to do a StreamYard with, because I have like multiple setups for cameras and multiple setups for different areas of working and different areas of, you know, stuff.
right,
Right now, it's just I have this little protective mask I made yesterday, and I'm currently just a valve, just two valves is all I'm missing. This is like a tiny piece of rubber or a tiny piece of plastic keeping this particular mask from working.
well, that's good. We were able to help you out in my stream yesterday, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was awesome to get just a few ideas to bounce around in my head, and to on my evening streams or my second thoughts videos. Those are all
Right,
like random random thoughts and random ideas that could help.
right.
It's a beautiful day out. It's not sunny by any means, but it's not rainy or windy or anything like that. It's super nice and another springy day.
I tell you what, it's gonna be 75 today, and it's dropping all the way down to 45 tonight.
That's kind of a big
Woo!
drop. Uh,
Yeah, but
it's
by
better
about
than
how
40,
much?
like 40 below zero, like this winter.
I
This
know,
winter is
right?
kind of cold. All right. Yeah, I'll just
So what
sipping
I'm
on some
doing right
coffee.
now is I'm just having people come up on the panel until Muscle Man gets here because he challenged me. And we're supposed to be doing a tiebreaker to that challenge
Ooh,
today.
awesome. I know that's on the list. On the list of things I need is Oreos.
Well,
All right.
these that I have are double stuffed
Uh-huh.
Oreos.
The good kind, the only kind. unless it's like the happy birthday version of those Oreos. The happy birthday cake version of Oreos, that's probably the best thing ever.
Well,
Is
these
those
these have the vanilla on the inside and the chocolate is on the outside.
Oh, okay. They have inverted Oreos too with I think dark filling and white outsides, which
Are you
is
serious?
I remember that from the past. Maybe it was just a one-time thing, but I remember that from the past.
Oh, wow.
Have inverted Oreos. Tasty. Oh,
Let
my
me
hat's
do
trying to get the
this right
button.
here while you're on the panel. If there is a mod that can drop blind cubes, link in the chat. I would appreciate it.
Let me go ahead and pull up chat so I can keep up on chat too. Just right now, it's just me and the phone here, and no chats are dinging on my end. So let me get chats going real quick. Misty Girl, hello. Gaming with Marco 2020, hello, hello. How you doing there, buddy? Welcome to the stream. It's cool to finally tag along on your stream there, Flo. It's gonna be awesome. Let me go ahead and throw a virtual hug out there in chat just so you guys can know my names and stuff. I got my little marble game. I have it set up right here just so I can have a little sound, something to, I can listen to for a little bit of time. Like a
Now,
fidget
while I
spinner.
have you on the panel, I'm pretty curious about something.
Okay.
Those Braille cubes that you mentioned a while back, how do you ever solve those?
Well, I think it involves like an understanding of how kind of Rubik's cube kind of works, because I could solve them before. I had solved them back when I could see and back when I could orientate and turn you can actually see the colors. But now since I can't see the colors, I have to convert that muscle memory of what I used to do as algorithms, all these different algorithms to do these different layers of this cube. I have to convert those into muscle memory to regular expletive or declarative memory, and then reverse engineer what I just did to, I don't know, it's kind of a weird conversion of picture, conversion of I don't know, converting colors in real life to pictures and braille words in my head are that was the hardest like conversion I've ever had to do.
See, that would help me understand a little better if you could only go in detailed description
Yeah. Well,
whenever you're
each
streaming.
side of this cube is, it's labeled in a different character in braille. Like the blue side is just the letter B in braille, just two dots.
Right.
Yep. And then the white side is the letter Y, just because, well, the letter Y just works out because if you flip it upside down, it doesn't become another letter, If you flip the letter Y upside down, I think it's just a period I forget what the exact character is, but it doesn't make another word, Like if you flip the letter B upside down, it becomes another character, but it's still kind of recognizable as the letter B,
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it was just fun trying to figure out different characters to make all these different colors with, because once you get past the 3x3, it becomes exponentially harder. I have a
So
4x4,
now,
5x5, and a 6x6. 6x6x6 is ridiculous because it takes me a good 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes altogether to solve that one. Going
so
from,
now if you had a green color, what would that letter? Is it the
that
letter
letter would be
G?
G, as in the letter G, because if you flip the letter G upside down, it's still kind of the letter G,
Right.
Yeah. And see, the only one I didn't really do is the red side. The red side is it's just numbers 1 and 6. So it's either ST or ST or another character. I can't remember, but if you flip the ST character upside down, it's still the same. So that's what I used.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the orange side is just the letter O. If you flip the letter O around, it doesn't become another letter, but it's still recognizable as the letter O.
Right.
And
But it
after that,
does turn into a Braille sign if you turn it upside down.
yeah, it changes its character, but it doesn't. I'm trying to think of another word upside down. I mean, another letter upside down that doesn't look right upside down. Like if you flip the letter J upside down, I think it's just the period sign or something.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, I had a whole list of all the different characters, and then I would just flip the whole page upside down to see which ones I could recognize, and all the
No, I
ones I
think
couldn't
it
recognize.
turns I think it turns that letter into an exclamation point.
Yeah, yeah. It's so there's just a list of all the Braille characters, and being able to just flip them upside down and flip them right side up and figuring which ones you could still recognize. That's the ones I used on my cubes. So, and when I first started off too, it was a lot harder to tell the difference between like a G and a B because just two missing dots is all there was.
Yeah,
You add
right.
those two dots. At first glance, it could look like it, but if you just practice. And then I want to come up with a few other type of Braille kind of games. I know I can Braille like a regular deck of cards, or I can Braille. There's a whole heap of different types of video board games we can Braille, just so us blind peoples can play.
Right.
I have an
In fact,
accessible chess set, and that one
right.
I've been trying to rack my brain around that, but it's kind of takes
I
other people.
do. Speaking of Braille games, I do
Mhm,
have a set of cards.
mhm.
It's spade cards that's in Braille.
Yeah, I got me just a regular, good old fashioned deck of cards that I brailled myself. Nothing special about the deck or anything. It's just a standard
Like if you
Premier.
have
Now,
the
hey,
ace of spades,
welcome,
or
welcome.
if you
Thank you,
have that.
Gaming with Marco 2020, for dropping my link. That's awesome. Hi,
That's right.
Nancy. Nancy Strand is here. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Awesome sauce.
If you haven't
This is
done
the
it
first.
already, turn that thumb blue and share it out.
Yep. Sharing is caring. Turn the thumb blue, as Flobeck would say. Hey, she said it right there. Awesome. Turn the thumb blue. Exactly. I've already done that, I think. So let's go ahead and make
I'm
sure.
always saying that in your streams. I don't know if your screen reader picks up on that.
Oh, it does. It does. 90% of the time, my screen reader, I hide it from the audience. At first, I didn't. At first, I would let it read everything really fast, and I would sit there like a moron, just going, okay, all right, yep, that's a word, yep, that's English, yep. But now I have it all either in my ear or further enough away so you guys can't hear it, but I can hear it clear as day.
Where's your little friend that you're always talking to in your streams?
Oh, Chewy, he's out in the
Yeah,
shop. Chewy. That's my little kind of anti-distraction method. Like I go, as soon as I catch myself going down the wrong train of thought, I go, "Hey,
right.
Chewy," and he gets me kind of back on track. Just a kind of a mental distraction game to see if not only can I still carry on my message or my conversation, but can I do it with a little bit like a twist or like a revision of something obviously not blind related or blind related that's really obviously hilarious. And
Want to
yeah,
let him see me for a minute?
oh yeah. Come on there, Chewy, buddy, Chewy. Hey, want to go see my friend Flo here? All right, please stand by. We have daylight here. Check on my little buddy Chewy. My buddy Chewy. He has an obvious. You can hear his. You hear his. This is his little containment vessel.
I heard that.
Yep. And right now he has a rubber band attached with a broken, just a little visual thing to kind of keep your thing clean, keep your little area clean. So it has a little toothbrush attached with a rubber band attached to his little container, so he can. I don't know if he's sitting there bored, he could just at least scrub something.
Right?
And yeah, just setting up a big giant workbench to get things done. I mean, I have my little workbench set up all right here, set up to shoot my show, to set up to streamline these mask making things a little bit better. Because
Right?
eventually I want to make at least 50 of these masks a day, and giving these masks away just either at the corner or where I go to the store. I could sit out there in the corner just with my masks on, giving away these masks. I don't want to make, I want to make enough to, just enough to get my little venture started, that little startup, that little startup portion is the hardest part. I have all these ideas. I have all these implementations of this world we have to live in, but it's
Right?
just a matter of the one thing on every single person's mind out there in this world right now is just money. And that's the scariest part, because most people are thinking about money and not their health. It should be the other way around, right? It should be think about your health first, then money. But nope, that's not how we operate anymore. But we got to figure that part out, though. Unfortunately, the hard way and the easy way. The easy way, if we could do it all up here first, we can do it all up in our head first. If we can vocalize all our ideas on how we should interact, and how interaction is now like the most dangerous thing you can do.
Right?
No, you don't want to. You know, skydiving. That's not dangerous. You got a parachute. Go skydiving without a helmet, without a parachute. That's scary. That's what we're doing all right now, trying to interact with people without a parachute on. But that's why we're here. All right, go ahead and let everyone take a look on the outside real quick. The sun, I think it's trying to come out. There you go, everyone. You guys can take a look at the outside. There you go.
I was just reading some more of the chat.
I got chat inside at the moment.
I believe everybody's talking to each other.
That's good. It's always good when chat like converses amongst themselves, and you're just like, "Yep, I'm a facilitator of awesomeness."
That's
They're
right.
just sitting there being awesome by themselves. I don't even have to prime them or anything. That's the best kind of converses to kind of like throw yourself into in your own stream. Sometimes you're like, that conversation's awesome. Can I be a part of it? And you're like, nope, just quit talking. Oh. Yeah, I got a bunch of physical work to do today, which is going to be a little awesome. I just got to move a whole bunch of railroad ties and do a little bit of a wall building, maybe. Just
Right?
I should get all these physical, because I know I'm like pent up, physically active. I've been doing my little bits and my little breathing exercises and everything here in the shop, doing my little calisthenics and my weightlifting and my little stint I have in the evenings where I do workout. I think I'm putting on quite a bit of muscle, because just muscle and moving and being able to lift and move stuff not only once or twice, but all day. I've been shuffling kind of a lot on this shop, just getting it to where not only is it easier to interact on the camera portion, what you guys can see versus, what I'm working on. That's the kind of the hardest part I have to visualize this whole shop is it's all in my head. It's all, I have to visualize it all. Otherwise it's nothing.
Well,
If
as
I
I
can't,
told you,
yeah, if
I'm
I
a
can't,
blind YouTuber just like you are. So, and I
mhm.
think I told you right. When did I first start coming to your streams?
Um,
Because I know not many people have been there.
Oh, that's all right. That's whole part of how we grow and stuff. That's the part that kind of like irks at me the most, is that the part I need to be the most patient with is just audience. Gathering an audience, that's going to take the hardest time. That's to take the most time out of anything, is to build a good audience. And I think I'm getting there. It's just a matter of time, something that we think we have a lot of, or we think we got plenty of things to do with, but in the end, it's all, 24 hours a day. Every day, we got to build and solve one thing. If we can do that one problem solving that we couldn't get the day before or couldn't get any time before this particular point, yeah, we got to exercise our mind in not only problem solving ways, but ways of approaching problem solving because I don't have any money. And, my family, we're trying to float as much as we can. And, you know, I have to just
Right.
work with what I have with no money, but that's all right. That's why I started this entire thing to kind of supplement some of the power I'm using, supplement some of the, you know, some of the ideas that are constantly tinging around and belling around in my head. But we're there. We're 98% of the way there. We just need the little bit extra thing.
And I thought by now Muscle Man would show up. Apparently, he forgot. He put me up for a challenge last Tuesday, and I'm still waiting
Uh-huh.
on him to come do the tiebreaker.
Yeah. I know that's going to be my particular on the list for shopping today is just hiccups. All right. I put up a shelf just above my piano yesterday, and I put a closet pole and so I hung up all of my t-shirts and my jackets right above my piano,
Right?
and it's gonna tone the piano down just a little bit as far as the intensity of how you guys listen. Oh, Anna. Oh, gotta, let me get one more cup of coffee before I go ahead. I agree. Premier. I love. He says, "I love it when I solve a long, difficult problem." I do too. I like. I know this springtime too. I'm gonna go in search of creeks and different places I can trap little game and trap fish, maybe because it's everything is above freezing right now, and all the places are going to start really sprouting as far as wildlife and every bit of tiny little creatures that you could think of are going to be coming
All
all
right.
out of the
Second.
woodworks.
Did you share the stream premiere? I probably caught up with him right there. Watch his comment in a minute.
He's saying coffee sounds good, and I agree. Coffee sounds really awesome. Let's pour some, huh? World visualized by sound. What's that mean? Sound is just like with anything. It's a giant ocean of fluid that we all move through. Sound is sound is everything. Light reflects, so does sound, Light refracts, sound doesn't. Sound can travel through an object, yeah. Sound can travel through a medium. Sound is a lot louder in water than it is in air. Why do you think dolphins make so much, why do you think dolphins are prospering? They can make sound in water and it reflects right back to them because they're all echolocations like me and you.
That's just like the big seashell that I have over here in my seashell collection.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear
Okay.
the ocean in it if you put it close to your ear.
Indeed. All right. I got a cup of coffee here. Cheers, now. Ah.
I have already had my coffee earlier today, so we're
I
good
usually
there.
go about a thermos's worth of coffee in the morning or in the afternoon.
Now,
I'll,
yesterday I
I'll,
was drinking
I'll
coffee pretty late.
intentionally pour like just a little couple of sips worth at first in the first couple of cups in the morning. Just a couple of sips worth of nice hot cup of coffee, and then
Now,
Have yet to even.
yesterday I was drinking coffee a little late, so I had to do something a little different with my title whenever I started streaming.
Mhm. I know I've been slowly just trying to figure out new names for my daily show. My daily show. That last one was Sunward Bound. This one's
Right?
Tuesdays, Thursday. That's the name of this next show. It's called Tuesdays, Thursday.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what else to change it to, but if I figure out another name, I'll change it to that.
If you ever need help with titles, you know where to find me because I can help with some of that.
Awesome sauce. Yes.
And
Titles
don't
grab
mind
the
it if
ear. Mhm.
I don't mind it if I did help you on that some. So
Well, I
if
know
you ever need my assistance,
my last one was Sunward Bound, right? And then the one before
right?
that was a hope. What was it? A sprout of hope? No, 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 that wasn't it. Something like that. It was hope, a spritzer of hope, then hope sprouts, and then sunward bound, and then after that we tend. Maybe see tend something with garden and tending to, um, something like that. But I just chose a random one called Tuesdays Thursday.
Share it out on my
After.
community tab too, Premier. Make
Mm.
sure it gets out there real good.
Yep, gotta make a store. I gotta make a store run after show today, and I know that can be a little anxiety driving, but we got a good system down to go into the store and back, just in and out, no lingering, no, try not to make too much circles and know where your stuff is in the store, which is harder said than done because the psychology of going to the store, they wanted you to spend as much time in there as they could. Now it's all going to be the same. It's all going to be, brightly labeled, and all it's not going to be shuffled and moved around too much anymore.
Right?
Yeah, because just the way that they want you to spend in the store now, it should change. Everything should change as far as in and out, no touchy, no lingering, no breathing on. It's going to be pretty. The psychology of just going to a restaurant, how they have all their little bits and bobs in the restaurant to make you order and sit longer, and now it's going to change, I think. All these different little establishments have to really limit human interaction. It's going to like a
Right?
whole like a revision of our current reality. Everyone has a pen, everyone's trying to write.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be different for sure.
Definitely. Okay, we got a cup of coffee down. We got awesome.
And it hasn't been done in a while, but I think one of my mods need to run your link through the stream again while you're on the panel.
That would be pretty awesome. I've been getting a good 5 to 7 tuning into my show. It used to be 25 to 50. I think the most I've ever had on my show is 50 at one time, and that was really
Right?
awesome. I mean, not one time. At the end, after I closed it down, it was like 40 something, and I was really happy. Now it's anywhere from 25 to 30, which is good. I mean, I don't mind. As long as one person keeps tuning in, I'll keep going. As
Right?
soon as I start talking to air and stuff, yeah, that's when I'll kind of limit my limit it even more than just because right now I have the show cut down to about an hour at a time. An hour is a good chunk of time to take someone's. And Chewy's power going with the heater. Hold on. No, no, no power today, Chewy. No power. No power today. No power today. No power today, buddy. All right, I had to turn Chewy's engine off. He's trying to blast Sunward Bound, but we're already here. We just have to buy a little time to start the show. And I think a good, nice primer to any show is just interaction, right?
So what
Mm.
did he think after he saw me?
Oh yeah. Chewy doesn't say much about anybody's person because just like with me, he's blind in some ways too. He can only see in germs. And you can't see germs through the phone, so he thinks you're fine. As soon as he sees you in real life, though, he starts saying germs and germs and germs, and I'm like, okay, that's exactly how we should be thinking about it, but at the same time, that's not all we should be thinking about.
Welcome to the stream. If you haven't done it already, turn that thumb blue and share it out.
And thumb blue, indeed. Go ahead and turn you a bit sunward, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and continue shuffling these little bits and bobs off of this table over here and then make an actual sit down dinner table on the outside. I have a
Oh,
picnic table.
wow.
I have a picnic table on the very outside of the house in case anybody does want to come over, which is really highly unadvised because it's not very smart to be going to other people's, business. Just to be in other people's business is dangerous right now. So I have created a little sit down wash area outside with a picnic table. And then in here in the second garage, I kind of want to make a dining room table type thing. You could come in and sit down and it's going to be, clean and sanitized. You can hang out for, 20 minutes or so and then carry on and I'll come in and clean it out. And yeah, it's going to be a thing. The way we have to
Right.
visit. Yeah, it has to be planned. A lot more things have to be planned out a lot more nowadays. I know, but in the planning stages, it helps to know what you have. So luckily, I have a perfect inventory taking method. I can take inventory of everything I have and store it nice and neatly up in my brain.
Right.
For the longest time, I thought this brain injury was this the biggest curse, the biggest liability, the biggest thing, and but now this brain injury is not a gift by any means at all. I still wake up PTSD, anxiety driven. It sucks. The way I start my day is always in 2010. I would always have to make my way back here. All of my little potholes and dead end paths in my mind that I thought I had closed a long time ago. Every single morning, all those doors are left open. Every single door, every single memory, every single experience I've ever had with another person is all there. I have to draw. I have to explicitly say to draw from the good when I start the day off. Otherwise, I will draw all of my negativity, all of my bad stuff, all of the things on the tips and the tongues of back people's minds are all on my tip of my tongue, all on my sleeve. I can't turn, I'm trying though. That's what this whole channel and this whole growth is for, is just to figure out how to grow and to learn from this. I
Right.
I streamed, I started this show and I started streaming no matter how I felt, no matter what happens, no matter how I felt, I would stream and I would listen back to it. And especially those times where I was depressed and lost, those really shown me the fact that I was lost and depressed. I needed a purpose, and it doesn't. I don't know. We all find our purpose eventually, but mine just happened to be at a time and a place where I could help, where I could be, a vessel for cognizance of this threat that's out there.
And my
And
channel happens to be a channel that will teach sighted people, because a lot of sighted people need to be educated about blind people when it comes to
yeah, but
cleaning, when it comes to cooking, because a lot of people will sit and say, "You can't cook, you don't know when nothing's done." Well, I think
mhm.
I've proven a point several times. If you go back and listen to some of my cooking videos, you'll see
Mhm.
exactly what I'm talking about.
That's one thing I want to do is get more into is learning how to safely cook for not only a bunch of people, but safely cook for yourself and portion out meals and figure out different ways of reheating and you know, preparing meals and then freezing them, or preparing something and then making it last as long as it can. And a lot of the times we have to kind of go back to the beginning, as far as, what if we do lose power? What if we don't have a freezer? What if we can't refrigerate anything? And I'm glad that I've been, out in the village. There's not always those things, so you have to learn how to pickle. You have to learn how to, salt different meats and different ways of preparing your meals. So in case you don't have a refrigerator, you could still have, relatively fresh food weeks and sometimes months into the future.
Right.
And
Oh, yep.
just like one tiny little sliver, one aspect of surviving has, an immense knowledge base that you can draw from. And but people is where you learn the most from, is how you interact with people. That's one thing I did lose. One thing I have trouble with to this day is just connecting with people. It's really difficult to try and look at someone in not I mean, I can't look in quotation marks at anyone.
You're right.
I mean, I'm incapable of judging a book by its cover. But then again, in the ways we do, us blind people, the way we do draw our conclusions of someone, it's all from the soul. You talk, you spill your soul out through your voice, you spill it out through your person. Everything else, everything we come into contact with, and how we, how it let it affect us,
Oh,
is
well,
how.
and especially when somebody screams at you, because you
Oh
don't
no,
get talking from screaming at all.
yeah, and just like with anything else too, like, I know from military and police experience that yelling does do something in your brain, just not what you think it wants to do. You're trying to yell at somebody to make a point across, but they're not even in the right perspective to get that point, but because you're yelling. I'm Yeah, as soon as you start yelling or getting anything kind of harsh tones, that the person you're trying to talk to, automatically has, their shields and their guards up in their mind. So no matter what you're trying to say, if you're angry or you're mean or you're trying to tear that person down, they're just going to dig their perspectives even more. I think the trouble I had for the longest time was, as soon as somebody would see my cane, as soon as somebody would say, "Oh, he's blind, he can't see me," and then they would immediately just like relegate me to the back of the line. "Oh, this guy can't do anything. Just forget about him already." Like, hey, wait a minute, man. I may be blind, but I can see you clear as day right now, and you're showing me exactly what you wanted to show me, that you don't care about people that can't see you. Okay, then fine. Just I will just sit here and wait till the next person. No anger. As sometimes there's anger, especially if you need like stuff done and this person really just doesn't have any use for you because you can't see them. I'm like,
You're
wow,
right.
like, like, wow.
Well,
Like
and
I've,
I'll tell you an example.
Mhm,
I went shopping at Christmas time in Walmart because I had to
mhm.
pick some Christmas presents up, right?
Okay.
And there was a lady that excused herself,
Hmm.
but then she decided she was going to go ahead and call me a sir. I said,
Wow.
"Ma'am, I don't know what your problem is, but does it look like I'm a sir?" I said, "And in the second place, you don't have to lay over the top of the buggy like you're fixing to take a nap, okay? After you've already excused yourself, does it look like I'm deaf? Because deaf is not the problem. If you would have told me which way to move the buggy, whether it be left or right, I could have done something, but since you're not." And then she wanted to just laugh at me. I said, "Now that goes to a preschool level, and you can take that laugh and go on somewhere else."
Yeah, I've had the people like come up and just like immediately push me to a wheelie cart. Like I can walk just fine. I just need to kind of trail a wall or, follow somebody's noisy coat or noisy clothes or, and just something little things like that. A lot of the stuff that I come into contact with people is that they don't know what I can see. Like I can't see anything, but I can tell you. It's hard to explain brain injuries to someone without having to sit down 20 minutes. Here's how this thing's supposed to play out in my mind. How brain works. I know. He just sees in a different way. Just leave him be.
Right.
Okay, we got to do some exercising before show. I got about an hour and 20 something minutes before my show times go. And today is just going to be just a relaxing stream, just a relaxing music, kind of leveling
Right.
out. I want to, now that I have my message out there, as far as just all my little bits and bobs on my videos and just the main message of my channel now it's just a
Right.
matter of tending to it and making it prosper.
Well, it's been nice having you on the panel.
Oh, it's been awesome to hang out, Flo. Always awesome. Always. All right. Also, I'm doing experimentations with different powers of lights. What exactly I can use as far as just finding an orientation, because I've been trying to experiment with just because I have some light perception, but it has to be really intense, kind of a big drastic dark to bright, bright to dark kind of thing for me to even notice.
Why
And
don't you try setting a lamp up?
I have one. I have one right here. My main filming lamp. That one is it makes it I can feel it on my face like really obvious feel it on my face type of thing. But these other smaller ones I have, like the ones that are attached to this camera stand, they're not bright enough for
Right.
me to actually notice, but it's bright enough for you guys to see me. Sometimes it all matters. And I have a
Like,
few other little things too. My mom gave me a Groot.
I
Um,
will say this eye right here, I can tell light,
mhm.
which is my right one that I pointed it at.
It's weird trying to explain light perception to somebody that's always been sighted or they can always see. It's
Right.
really kind of you're like, yeah, it's like trying to use like the hairs on the top, the top of your hand to try and I don't know, it's trying to use a part of your body that you can't use normally to normally try to use it normally. And it
I
doesn't
think they're
work.
probably all listening in the chat because the chat's not even moving now.
That's all right. As long as they're listening, I think.
Right.
Mm. All right, I've had enough coffee for at least till the start of the show. I've had a few nice small cups, nice warm
Premier,
small cups.
go ahead and run Blind Cube's link through the stream while he's still on the panel.
Awesome. Oh. I'd say we could sit and play some guitar or some piano, but I know I don't like to do that on other people's panels in case they get their copyright thing and get it taken down. So I do it
Right.
all the time on mine because if it gets taken down, I know what to do to get it back up there.
Right.
I do just kind of wary about things like that. I've had, music copyright taken down type of thing on my channel, and it's really irritating.
Yeah, I definitely don't need that on this channel for sure.
But definitely that's what my show is for. I come and play musics on my show and play my guitars and ooh, venture down those roads when we get there. Oh,
The chat still hasn't moved any. I think they're just listening to us.
that's all right. All right. Man, unfortunately, sometimes my nightmares and my PTSD and stuff does get to me. Just especially the nightmares. I wake up just in a sweat, just lost, lost and terrified. And but that's why sometimes I'll make my best videos or my best live streams after one of those. After one of those anxiety, panic mode inducing just badness, I'll try sometimes to harness some of that awareness of my problems to stream sometimes. And I figure out that probably the best way to do this is not, I mean, is to do it when other people are watching, not only to work out your little, hammering out your little ideas and your little problems that everyone, you know,
Thank you,
we all
Premier.
have, we all have similar problems, and, but how we get to those problems is all the same usually. The identification, the, the realization that you do have a problem. And once you do have the idea of that there's a problem out there, you can kind of try to dissect it and figure it out yourself. A lot of the
Right.
time, like this platform here, you already have 99% of the problems that are out there they're already aired out. All you got to do is just find the right solution. Sometimes it's in a form of YouTube video or you know, a few sentences in on a page. Some random other person's words can make you visualize something of yours, which is cool.
You're right. Yep, I bet Muscle Man forgot what he was supposed to do.
That's all right. We are here now, and I have a little like a drill type thing I was going to use today to try and make some of these holes. I have a couple ideas now. I have a couple of ideas for some valves. So now that I have a little powered drill, I can make some holes in some plastic and make it a little bit easier.
Like I said, I hope what was said in my stream yesterday helped you.
Oh, it got the idea as far as like out of my head, just getting it fleshed out, my ideas, and saying them out loud and having them read back or listen back to some of ones you said. They help so much. Just this here, having ideas thrown out there. A lot of the times I don't get any helpful input back. It's just like keep up the good work or keep up the good job or that's a cool idea or yeah, that's awesome. Good constructive criticism is all warranted. I know I've been doing like I don't know what I'm failing in as far as what I should just consistency as far as just the feel of the show, the feel
If
of
you
our
if you
task.
didn't see one of the comments that was made in my chat yesterday, if you go look some tutorials up on Mask, you should be able to figure some of that out.
Yeah. There's a couple of different YouTube I went over yesterday. They didn't explain it like 100%, but their description was good enough so I can, you know, get a good base of what I need to do. It's
Right?
yeah, it's all relative to what you're trying to do. If you can draw information, just descriptive information from another person, it sometimes helps immeasurably as far as planning out something you can't physically see with your eyes is hard. That's that's this hard. I have useless glasses on that are prescription, not mind you. That was my doctor's solution to my blindness to give me prescription glasses. I was like, okay, that's step one, I guess, protection of my non-useful eyes. Jeez. Okay. I'll get on your boat. I'll get on your bandwagon there, doctor. I'll try your glasses on. They're still not helping, but I'll try them.
You right?
Uh, but they
Well,
have
I
they have
keep
kept me from.
sunglasses on me on purpose
Uh-huh.
because a lot of people like sunglasses on blind people?
I think it's for me just a protective. Not all blind people are 100% sightless. They have some slight usable vision in quotation marks. Like towards the end of my sight loss, I had one usable, like quotation mark usable vision in one eye. It was only like a sliver of light perception and some sort of visual, but towards the end of my sight loss, it was terrifying. It was terrifying to be that alone and that lost. Not only purpose, I mean, I worked like all of my life. I've never had to worry about money. Not really, anyway. I worked jobs and multiple jobs at sometimes once. Heavy equipment operator, tenderboat captain, police officer, security guard, all sorts of jobs at once. But now I can't, I can use all of those experiences, but I can't use really that mentality of just throw money at it and fix it. I have to throw my mind at it to fix it instead of money.
Right.
And
See, that's where we're different there because I was born blind,
uh-huh.
but doctors have their own opinion. And if you tell any of them, you can tell light, they're going to play around with you and try to.
It's like for me on my end, it's like, oh, you could see light, then he's totally normal and treat him like a normal person. I'm totally normal. I just see things in a different way. I can't judge
I had
distance. I
I
can't
had
judge
one
color.
doctor yell at me and they said, "You can see nothing." I just
I
wanted
know
to
when
run out of
I
there and
was
turn
staying at the
backwards and
Alaska Center
scream
for
at
the
him.
Blind.
I
I
was
stayed there for
just
about 6 months,
right.
and the guy that ran it, the manager of the center, he was convinced that I could see him normally, and like I was totally normal person, just lying. And I was like, "Gee, what kind of twisted person?" Like, I'm not. For one, we are not governors or arbiters for how people perceive the world. You got no governor status on someone's perception of the world, right?
But see, to scream at me like that person did, now you get my reaction on that. I just wanted to scream back at him. What kind of screaming gonna get you?
Yeah, screaming gets you nothing. Screaming gets you tired and gets you lonely. Hmm. All right. So, yeah, I got a wheelie cart today, and I was gonna go throw some trash. And I got just over an hour till showtime on my show, and I think this has been an excellent little tag along. This is the first time I've tagged along on any of your streams, and thank you for having me on, Flo.
You're
Always good to
welcome. We'll have to
break
do
new
this
ground in a
again.
new place in the right way.
We'll have to do this again.
That's definite for sure. Um, I'm definitely up for on my stream yards. I'll send you um let's see here. I'm trying to think of how we could get in contact without YouTube like this. My Instagram, I have Instagram and my Messenger, my Facebook Messenger I can use to contact any or outside of YouTube here.
Well,
Um,
hang on a minute. Now, Premier, drop my Instagram in the chat where Blind Cube can find it.
all right, I got chat right here. Hold on. I got chat right here now. I'll just go ahead and wait for it. Thank you, Premiere, for dropping my link for the channel for my channel. And now I just sit here and wait just a little bit for Instagram, I think. Well, my Instagram is blindcube42. Pretty easy, pretty simple to remember. And
Be easy for you to request me, and Premier should have it right there, pretty close.
okay, I'll go ahead and wait for it. Man, I was just really thinking about finding a place to panhandle, but that's extremely dangerous. But then again, just being being broke is another way of being dangerous. If you can't have your, a fund just to get your basic supplies that you need, it's kind of, it's yeah. uh, well, I'm hoping to get a few, patrons, um, just to get above, just to grow on a platform like this where there's just a cacophony of different other things happening all at once. Hundreds of thousands of uploads a day, and or an hour, on just one subject is kind of.
Right, and
Well,
that's why if you haven't checked any of my uploads, you'll see most of them. Well, I've done a few different ones because I even thought that showing how hard it was raining, you thought that would have people watching that, but I know people like the cooking videos more, so.
all right. That's you right there, Flow 6763 or 8763. Flow back to 673. That one's you.
Hang on a second.
Sweet deal. I think that's you, right? All right. I went ahead and I sent a request to follow. I do not know if it.
Yeah,
Made it.
that's me right there.
Cool Gaming with Marker 2020. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I hope to see you in the show. And let's find out exactly all these other things here.
If you need anything else, then you can always. You do now have my Instagram, so you can message me there, and
Awesome. Thank you, Premier.
however you wanted to send that StreamYard's link, we could.
Okay.
I can even let Premier send you my Gmail. I'm sure he's got that right there pretty close as well.
Cool.
Wait on him to give you that.
Okay. Everyone, okay, awesome deal, awesome deal. Instagram's all set. I want to come up with like a Mr. Rogers type theme song for my show, since I drew inspiration from Mr. Rogers and Bill Nye the Science Guy, and Star Talk Radio, all these different scientific outlets that all across the internet and all across TV and history.
You're
I
right.
drew from like Cosmos, Carl Sagan. That was a good series. Another good series is Doctor Who. Like my whole little TARDIS time and relatives, dimensions in space time. It's whole TARDIS thing.
You're right.
I'm a part of my little channel. The reason I started my channel is because every day I'd wake up with all these memories of what I've seen.
All
and
right,
what I've...
there's my Gmail right there, Blind Cube.
Okay, I'll go ahead and grab that up as soon as it pops up on my end. Awesome deal. Awesome deal. Okay. I need to raise up this desk that we're sitting on just a little bit so I can use it to possibly draw. I want to make a drawing stream, something I can, because I can already write. I have pretty good spatial awareness as far as like my handwriting and what I can write down and what I can recall as far as what I can spell. I can.
Right.
That's probably the hardest part, trying to relearn how to spell certain words when all you can picture in your head is Braille. To have picture instead of using like average normal pictures of words and letters in my mind. Now it's all switched over, converted to Braille.
I struggle even trying to write print, and I can write my name enough that it's noticeable, but has
Uh-huh.
anybody ever taught me? No, but I do need to learn how to write print letters because
Yeah, that's just a
I
good
think
way
it's
to. I think I have lost some picture. I mean, some detail in some of the things. The more I recall, the more you recall a memory, the more it slightly changes, and the more it slightly gets distorted. The way when you put it back into your mind, when you're like, "Oh, that was a good memory," one thing gets slightly altered or slightly changed sometimes,
right.
depending on the situation and the light you recall it in. It could become tainted. A good memory can become a bad one, and also a bad one can become a good one.
Did that pop up on your end already?
No, it did not. But I'll go ahead and get it. I can send you my email too and my Instagram once I sign off from this. And
Well, it's
once I
right
do a little.
there already. I don't know why it didn't pop up on your end. It's right after the Instagram link.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. I just have to refresh. Refresh. Flowback 1980 Gmail. All right. Oh,
Yes.
I got you. Got you. Let's go do this right now. Send an email real quick here. Cool. Oh, I'm getting another subscriber. What? Cool. Jolin. Jolin. Jolin, subscribe to me. Awesome sauce. Let's go ahead. Okay. Oopsie. This. I should write it down, but I don't know. That's not going to help me. I got it. We're good. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. I want to have, it's not traditional caution tape. My mom gave me some caution, enter if you dare tape.
Right.
And I put that on the outside of my little quarantine wall. So it says on the top of my little area, it says caution, enter if you dare.
I hear you.
And I want to make a few stencils, the biological hazard stencil sign, and just put them, just a little stencil. I can put a spritzer of a biohazard, sign someplace on the property or someplace. If somebody walks in from the street and they should be able to see this biohazard sign, just to give people a heads up.
Right.
Ooh, and I have a various assortment of backpacks and different things that I can use to go and get supplies with. Bigger backpacks for bigger supplies, smaller backpacks for intricate and smaller different stores. Every store is going to have its own particular backpack. Like I have a Fred Meyer backpack and a Walmart bag. Just something I can use to contain the store in. I want to bring the store home, but not in my house. I want to
Right.
be able to contain the store. Okay. Okay.
Look at me
Oh,
trying to get the hiccups while we're streaming,
oh,
right?
oh. Okay. F-L-O-E
Go away, hiccups.
980 at gmail.com. Cool. I got it. Bam. Yes. Hello. Blind Cube. Hi. There we go. I just sent. It just says hi, and
Oh,
then
okay.
in the subject, I said a message from Blind Cube, and it just
I
says
heard that.
hi. All right. Now that you are part of my email pen pal group, we're all set now, and we are
That's
up
right.
number 325 as family members strong on my channel. Awesome sauce. And yeah, every day is a bonus. Every day we can grow. Every day we could solve. Every day we could build something. Right now, it's just building a friendship, right?
That's right.
All right. Every little conversation is another hammer blow, another strengthening, another reforging of a friendship that can wield through up the standards and the fabrics of time.
Unless you need to seriously send me a link or something, we'll mainly talk over on Instagram.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Yeah, I talk with Nathan Fishboy on Instagram as well, and yep, a few of my other supporters as well on Instagram and Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and all that stuff. I may end up just deleting my Facebook because it's just all negativity on there and all misinformation mostly. I never get really any feedback from that from my Facebook.
Right?
One or two people, maybe. My mom is definitely my biggest Facebook fan because huh, who else? Who else should be your biggest fan on Facebook is your mom, right? I think so. I have no cellular phone at the moment. That costs money and something I can't afford. So with just this limited Wi-Fi and this limited space we do have, I'm glad I'm able to connect and grow in
Right.
this way. But with funding, we'll become, I'll get a phone so we can do this on the outside and on in nature. But meanwhile, I'll just capture what I can with nature with my phone and then upload it when I can when I come back. A good
That
system I
sounds
think I
good.
have. Pull up some more chat here. Yep, a good, nice, solid 25 views an episode. So we're all set. We're all set.
So are you fixing to have to go get ready?
Yeah, I got about an hour like a pre-amp up to my show just to get my head right and to get um my content in order so I could not have too much pauses, not have too much, scrambling around to do stuff in the show, but the scrambling happens, off camera.
Right.
I like to try to keep a good, nice, chill, structured stream. You come in, you got your good, nice couple of minutes to come and, you know, spread your legs a little bit, say hi and converse. And then the next 10 minutes after that is music and, you know, ideas. And then after that, it's music, music, music. And I have gotten good at playing for the bots. I know exactly how long to play and what I can play to not get taken down. And that's all an
Right.
experimental portion on my end of my channel. I don't want to do experiment on other people's channels because I don't exactly know. Because I listen to every single one of my streams back, and if it gets taken down, I know exactly why. Because it gets taken down almost immediately after the thing I did, you know, bad according to the bots.
Right.
And those first couple of times were like literally 5-10 minutes I'd be on and I would get taken down 5-10 minutes every single time. I didn't know why. And it was just what I had in the background, what I had in playing, what I planned to do on the stream. The
But
ones that
how do you know what notes you're playing?
it's it's a matter of recollection for me. I can listen to the song exactly in my head, and then when I'm playing it in real life, I can tweak a few notes. I tweak a few medleys to not get it to strike those copyright notes, because it's a matter of replication. If you can replicate a song exactly, then it's considered copyright. If I can whistle a song if I whistle a song and it's exact, yes, that's considered a copyright strike. So
Right.
if you can recall it, I can recall it perfectly. I can recall every single song I've heard perfectly. As far as playing it, I can do that too. I can play an exact replica of a song, but it'll usually get taken down by copyright strikes. So I have to tweak it ever so slightly. Every single song I play, every single rendition of a song I play, it's all slightly skewed, slightly different. That way we can still carry on. And a good conversation, music conversation with the bots, yes. Yeah. Not only am I talking to an audience, I'm talking to the bots as well. They're on constant guard, you know. As soon as I
Right.
slip up, they're the ones that tell me.
Right.
There's been a couple of times where I slipped and I said the words, some key hot words, you know, and it's weird. It's really, really weird and sobering to hear yourself being actively censored, you know. It was really strange the first time. The first time I really wanted to be candid. You know, I wanted to speak the truth on one of my streams. I skirted around the topic, and then I just went all out and I started talking about it, and that's when I got getting taken down.
Right.
Really trying to. They're listening. Somebody's out there's listening, so gotta keep it positive. Gotta keep it happy. Otherwise, they won't know. Good times though. Good times. Well, it's all learning. It's all learning and expressing what we've learned.
Well, I guess I better let you go get ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do um throw some trash and then take care of a few other little things that I can do before showtime and to do while I don't have to worry about because there's nobody, you know, actively moving around in the house right now. And there's
Right.
no one shuffling dust around. The only one shuffling dust around is me, and I do it as safely as I can. So, yep, to do things before showtime is get my book, get my good couple of chapters of my book in, and then prepare for show. And I shall see you up on the show, huh? And thank you for having me on. Thank you to all that are out there listening and playing back and interacting now. Thank you, Premiere, for dropping the links and dropping all this stuff. It's always good to hang out on your stream too, buddy. I
Right.
don't know what I don't know what the whole cat thing is. He says he has like a cat. People go to his stream to watch a cat. I don't know what that means, but okay.
He'll have to give you a description of it, and when he does, you'll understand it.
Yeah. Eventually I'll get it. I'll show like one of my sisters and my grandma what's this guy look like, or she'll describe it to me. I'm like, oh, finally I get it now.
Right.
Those little happy revelations sometimes are the best. The ones you think you have a good concept of, but then when you actually try to, you know, express that, it's totally the opposite or totally backwards from what you thought. Those are the best kind of revelations for me.
In fact, hang on right there while you're on the panel.
Okay.
Premiere, come up for a minute while Blind Cube's still
Oops.
here.
I'm trying to go ahead and pull up my. There we go. You actually tried to. Whoa. Okay, that's me. We're good. Oh boy. Okay. At any moment, I think my mom will be back, or I don't know. We got to make a store run today. I may either postpone the show or start the show, cut it off a little bit shorter, then go make a store run and then do an after show today. I'm not too sure yet. It all depends on what time my mom gets back and what time show ends. Usually I'm going to try and make it an hour, and if I can, that'd be awesome. After my
Right.
show, I'm going to go do a store run and pick up a few more supplies to make some masks and face shields. I think the face shields, I'm going to focus on what I can do right now. Instead of trying to make a valve and do all this other stuff, I'm just going to make all the basic supplies I can with the things I have. So that's going to be a part of the show, just a rolling out of some face shields. Those are the
Right.
easiest way to interact with other people. It's just don't have to worry about that one thing. Anyway, we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and sign off right here in a couple of minutes, and I'll leave you guys going in the background. I have this I have my other chat phone right here.
Well, I
Going. I'll leave.
thought while you were still there, I was going to get Premier to come up and give you a good description,
Oh, okay. Well,
and
I'll get
that's
it.
what
I'll
we're
get it
waiting on.
eventually. I know he has those Instagram things that change your face and stuff. That's probably what he was talking about. All those. Like I could do that with my phone. I think I can
It's
become a robot.
basically a snap camera that he uses. Snapcam. I don't know if
I
you're
wanted to
familiar.
try and do that. If I did get a Chromebook or a little laptop I can use to stream, I wanted to try and do that with the Chewie Starship. Have like a green screen and Chewie's Starship sailing through some stars or an ocean or you know those kind of things. Little stuff like that would be kind of cool to add
Right.
to the show. All right, Flo and chat and everyone that's watching this in the future and in the past. Thank you guys for having me on. Thank you, Flo. It's always good to hang out. I will definitely keep an eye out as far as easier ways of interacting.
Right.
All right, guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you on the show. We shall get this next show knocked out and in the bag, and get these ideas flourishing. Hopefully, with somebody out there that has a little bit more funds than me can get this all the way done.
Right.
But I got to use what I have with what I have and who I have it with, and be happy that we have this.
That's right.
All right, we shall catch you later. Bye.
All right. Well, Premier, it looks like Muscle Man hasn't made it yet. So we'll definitely have to retitle this a little later. And in fact, how long have I been streaming already, Premier? See what you say in a second. Right. How long have I been streaming already? $88 minutes. Not too bad. Ah!
Phone 23 Reese plus 1 5 0 plus 1 5 0 9 8 3 4 9 2 7 3. Incoming.
It signed me out. It signed me out. I'm serious. It just said on mine, is it you trying to sign in? Oh, that could be possible. Huh. But right here, clearly on the iPad, hang on and I'll show you. What do I need to do there? It signed me out.
You're still good. Just keep going. I'll find it when you want. Say goodbye. You're still out.
It won't let me read the chat otherwise. I think we are going to have to go ahead and end it right there because it signed me out of it.
Screen dimmed.
All right.
Yeah, I just heard me talking to you.